Sahaja Yogis are not stuck up people. If they are stuck up, they are not progressing. You are not to get stuck up with ideas and stuck up with things. You have to be all the time moving. And in movement, it doesn't mean that you should fall from somewhere and people think, oh, we are earning such a lot because we are falling down. You have to ascend in you, not to fall. So when you are achieving something in Sahaja Yoga, first of all, you should see your health should be all right. Your mind should be normal. You should be a normal person. If you are still barking at people, then know that there's something wrong with you. Or if you are still sulking and still tantrumish, and if you are still in a bad mood, then think you are not yet a Sahaja Yogi. You can judge yourself. If you are free like a bird, then it's all right. But that doesn't mean on the road you start singing like a bird and jumping on a tree. You see, any analogy I give to a stupid man, he can behave in a very stupid way. But to a wise man, he discreetly uses it for a proper purpose. So one has to understand Sahaja Yoga is known by the discretion person has. Now what happens actually that you get stuck with one thing, that is your Atma, and the whole your being floats like a patangas does, or a kite that floats. Goes all over the places, everything, but you are stuck to one thing, that is your spirit. And if you could really do it genuinely and honestly, not worry too much about your money and your families and other mundane things, just don't worry about anything. You don't have to worry, just give it a month. If it doesn't work out, doesn't work out, finished. What's that wrong? If it works out, well and good. Not that your desire is important, but thy will be done. First you say thy will be done, then it is so surprising that your wills change, your desires change, and whatever you say is done. But when this also comes up, people develop an ego. So be careful. It is all done by the Shakti and not by you. By your Atma and not by you. You have to be the Atma, and once you become the Atma, you become into akarma, where you don't know that you are doing it, just works out. You don't feel, you are not aware. I wish, after all these lectures, most of your chakras must have been open. But this is all my work. You have to also do some homework. And you have to also work and see for yourself, be alert. Try to face yourself in the mirror and see for yourself how far honest you have become. How far clean have you become. How far friendly you are in collectivity, which is a very important point in Sahaja Yoga. If you are not collective, if you are funny, if you are strange, if you cannot communicate with others, then something wrong. And then you should face yourself as you are and try to correct it. Because you separate yourself from yourself, like I separate my sari from myself and try to clean it. In the same way, you separate yourself from yourself and try to clean it. This is the way Sahaja Yogis are going to ascend. When the Sahaja Yogis will ascend, the rest of the things also will ascend. Many Sahaja Yogis of this kind will impress so many people that they will also ascend. So the whole thing can ascend very fast. But you people who are rising higher should try to rise higher and higher without being aware of it. That's very important. Those who think that others are higher than them are also sadly mistaken, because that's not so. It's the whole that's rising. Nobody should feel that way inferior or in any way low or feel insulted. that somebody thinks me low. Let somebody think, what does it matter? Divine doesn't think so. So all these little things you should be careful about, and otherwise it's very easy in this Krita Yuga achieve the ultimate goal of Atma Sakshatkar. I think today I have told you quite a lot about Sahasrara, but if you have any problem about Sahasrara, you may ask me now, but only about Sahasrara and nothing else. Is better to ask me questions about Sahasrara instead of all other things. ऐसा करो कि ये दोनों को रख दो, इसको इस पर रख दो. Can ask a question. ऐसे ऐसे बिछा दो, एक ही को बिछा के दे दो. बहुत लो है. ठीक है, करा चेयर में कंप्यूटर दे दिया. अब इसकी सीट जो है ना भी नहीं है, चल जान दो. तो जरा प्लास्टिक की चीजें जो होती है बनवाने को जाए. काय प्रश्न विच्छेद असले तर काय काय म्हणतात
ते म्हटलं समाधीमध्ये बिंदू सारखं दिसतंय मला.
हे आता दिस इज द ट्रबल विथ यू read some nonsensical book, samadhi, bindu, this, that, all that. Now please forget it. Please forget all this thing. Samadhi. Samadhi means first is the nirvichar samadhi. First is nirvichar samadhi that you achieve when the kundalini just comes out of your head. Samadhi means the dhi means the buddhi. And when it has got enlightenment, it means samadhi. So first of all, the buddhi gets enlightened. Just now I told you about that one. The first enlightenment. Now the bindu and this and that are higher stages. Are the bindu? Then bindu and then valaya. But you should not be futuristic. Just now if you have read some book, no use trying to show off that. That's not a good thing. Just try to see what you are. Why do you want to talk about things which do not concern at this stage? Just now, supposing you are going by a bullock cart. Why do you want to ask about the aeroplane? Just now you go by bullock cart, then you get into the train, then you get into the aeroplane. Alright? One by one. Not like this. Because you have read the book, doesn't mean that you are supposed to know everything. All these books are written by some sort of crankish fellows who have read something here and there and have put this down. But you must experience. I am your mother. So I don't want to give you big ideas, this and that. I want you to do the way we have to move. As a mother would say, now this is the way you are. Now you are in the first class, so pass your first exam. Then you will go into the second class, then pass your exam. Everybody has to go that way to mature properly. There should be no immaturity in a personality. So all these books that you have read, you better throw them away. It's no good. But if it is by some realized souls, you can keep them and think that they are higher people and we have to be at their stage.